Hello, my friends. Good evening. This is Tosif back with a new live stream. I'm broadcasting from Madison, Wisconsin, and it is always a pleasure to see my friends tuning in for this live stream. And hopefully, on this beautiful Saturday night, we will have more of our friends joining us. Okay. My friends, if you are tuning in, please make sure that you are saying hello in the live chat window. That's how I'm going to be able to tell who's here, who's not. I see Frank is here. Hello, Frank. That's our friend from Florida. And then we also have Kay Cooper. Kay Cooper from the great state of Texas. Whenever you say Texas, you always got to say the great state of Texas. Absolutely. So, my friends, what is going on today? Well, what actually went on today, earlier today, that's everything that you need to see to understand the difference between freedom-loving Americans and all those who want to spread chaos in our country. You know exactly what I'm talking about. The No Kings protest, the No Kings Day protest. You saw that, right? I was looking at the news updates from different states around the country as well as what was going on in Wisconsin. The folks on the left had something called No Kings Day, all right? It's not a day on the calendar, but they just came up with it somehow. No Kings Day. Like, what in the world is No Kings Day? Any rational individual would actually ask that. Like, what in the world is No Kings Day? What is it about? There are no kings. We know the United States of America is a constitutional republic. So what is this going on? What is this No Kings Day? Well, no one can actually explain it. All right? Even the folks who are out there screaming and chanting and holding signs and props and banners, even they don't know what this is about. I guess somebody from some elevated position has asked these people to go out and create chaos, and that's exactly what they're doing. This is called the No Kings Day. There are no kings. We all know that. So, my friends, that's why I say what you saw earlier today throughout the day in different states across the country, observing that helps you understand the difference between freedom-loving Americans and those who want to spread chaos in our country. My friends, on one hand, we are celebrating the 250th anniversary of the U.S. Marines. Say thank you, Marines. Thank you, Marines. Say that in the live chat, my friends. Say thank you, Marines. 250th anniversary of the U.S. Marines. Freedom-loving Americans are expressing their gratitude for everything that the Marines have done for our country and for everything that the Marines continue to do for our great country, the United States of America. My friends, we are celebrating a massive milestone. Can you imagine that we are here living and breathing and experiencing the 250th anniversary of the U.S. Marines? It is a real blessing to be able to witness such an amazing milestone in our nation's history. 250th anniversary of the U.S. Marines. A great event took place at Marine Corps Base Camp Pendleton, Marine Corps Base Camp Pendleton in California. My friends, today is a day for celebration. Our Secretary of War was in California. Did you see that? Some of you may still be used to saying Secretary of Defense. Well, nothing wrong with that. You can say Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, but you know what? There was a name change. The department has been renamed. It's now the Secretary of War, the Department of War, my friends. It tells you how strongly our country is prepared in the event that we have to go to a war. We're not seeking war. We're not seeking war. We seek only one thing. We seek peace. But if a power, an adversary, a foe, an enemy challenges the United States, and in the event that we have to go to war, everyone must know that it's the Department of War. It shows how powerful we are, how strong we are, and we're the greatest. So we don't seek war, but we're ready for a war if we need to go to war. So, my friends, earlier today there was a celebration, and our Secretary of War was in California to celebrate the Marine Corps' 250th anniversary, and the Vice President of the United States, J.D. Vance, he was there as well. So on one hand, it was such an amazing day for our country. Such an amazing day for our country. But on the other hand, there was something else going on in the United States. Something that the leftists organized, something that the left-wing agitators organized, something that the socialists organized, something that the communists organized. There was collective action by left-wing groups, socialists and communists and others out there wearing strange clothes, strange colors, holding strange signs with very, very negative messages. And they were screaming and shouting and chanting and holding props. And they were setting a very bad example for future generations. My friends, everything that we do, the future generations are going to learn from what we do, right? So we have to do good things. We have to do things that make our country great. We have to do things that help spread peace, not chaos. We don't want chaos. We want peace. We want stability. We want growth. We want prosperity, my friends. And that is what we should be focusing on. That is what we should be hoping for every day. Our actions should lead to peace, not to chaos. And when we do things that result in peace and greater prosperity, the future generations are going to be better off because of us, and they're going to thank us. But then you see the folks on the left, they're out there screaming and chanting and saying, no King's Day, no King's Day. They are causing disruption. These are not things that will lead to peace. These are things that will lead to more and more chaos. My friends, I was looking at some of the images from these so-called No King's Day protests. No King's Day, what does that even mean? Can anyone explain to me? No King's Day. There are no kings. Didn't you study history? Didn't you study American government? Didn't you study political science? There are no kings in the United States. So what is the purpose of this so-called No King's Day? What does it even mean? My friends, I was looking at some images and I was looking at some video clips from these so-called No King's Day protests. And there are certain messages, and I don't want to repeat those messages. I don't. Certain messages that the left-wing folks were spreading out there some strange writings on their signs, some strange messages, things that I am not going to even repeat on this channel. I will not. But there were some messages that these left-wing groups were trying to spread. They had those things written on their banners and signs, and all very, very horrible stuff. And you have to wonder, once again, like I said, you have to wonder, what kind of an example are these people setting for the younger generations, for the future generations? My friends, the anger and the hatred that these protesters are spreading are very, very harmful, my friends. Harmful for our society, harmful for our country, harmful for the future generations, my friends. The No King's Day protests. It was a gathering of socialists, leftists, communists, and honestly, many of them did not even know why they were out there. They didn't know. They're just anti-Trump. I understand that. I understand that. It's all about being anti-Trump for them. But if you ask them, hey, what is it that you don't like about Trump? Or what is it that you support, that you would like to see happen? What would you like to see happen differently? They're like, oh, we don't know. They don't have answers. They don't. If you engage in a constructive discussion with them, if you try to, if you attempt to, you will not be able to, because the folks out there screaming and chanting, they don't have anything constructive to add to the conversation. They just don't like Trump, and that's it. That's it. If you look at all the indicators, then you'll realize that our country is heading in the right direction. The prices are coming down because we are combating inflation. We are defeating inflation, so the prices are coming down. Gas prices down. The stock market is doing well. Interest rate has come down and will come down more. The Fed is going to have to make changes to lower interest rates. I'm not happy with the Fed so far. I think the Fed could have lowered the interest rates sooner. But anyway, not going into that discussion, things are getting better. And most importantly, people are feeling more confident. That's what matters. As soon as President Trump came to office, people started feeling hopeful. For the last 4 years, between 2021 and end of 2024, people felt hopeless. People felt completely hopeless. And many people, they seem to be like giving up hope completely. They like, there were folks who were out there looking for looking for houses, looking for cars, and they realized with the interest rates and everything, they can never purchase a home. They can never trade in their old car for a new one. They felt so hopeless. They were looking at their savings. Inflation was so high, people had to take money out of their savings in order to meet their day-to-day expenses. Everything was crazy. Education was going down, down, down. Schools were performing really poorly. I'm not saying all schools, but many schools were performing very, very poorly. And just things were going completely out of control. With Biden in office, government was overspending, earmarking money for lots of unnecessary projects, and our taxpayer dollars were being completely wasted. All of that stopped. Things are changing. We're seeing greater accountability, greater transparency. Is doing better. People are feeling hopeful. Consumer confidence is high. And there's a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of hope. People can now look at their children, their younger generation, and they can feel confident that the future is bright for the younger generation. That when the kids grow up, when they pursue higher education, when they look for jobs, things are going to be better. We're leading. Businesses are coming back to the United States. A lot of companies that had left the US, they're now bringing their operations back to the US. Our manufacturing sector is seeing amazing hope for the future. We're going to be doing great with AI. AI is a different topic that perhaps we can discuss at some other time. People have different thoughts about AI. I understand it's a new thing. People are still trying to find out more about AI and what we have to do to lead in AI. What are the requirements? How that'll impact the job market, how that'll impact all sectors of the economy, how it'll impact healthcare. I'm a healthcare policy analyst by training, so I think about, okay, how is AI going to change the healthcare landscape? Anyway, those are long conversations that we can have in the future. But what you need to know is that we have to stay up to date on AI, artificial intelligence, so that we can compete globally. Otherwise, China is going to be taking over. They're going to be leading in AI if we don't lead. So we have to stay number one, front and center. We have to be the global leader in manufacturing, in AI, in healthcare, everything. So my friends, President Trump has prioritized important things. You saw Biden administration, they were prioritizing Green New Deal, better known as the Green New Scam. We don't care about that Green New Scam stuff. We care about making sure that we have a robust job market. We care about making sure that we have a very healthy labor market. We have a strong workforce. We have a great healthcare system. We have a great manufacturing sector. We have younger people who can seek excellent opportunities. We're thinking about AI. We're thinking about space exploration, great things, looking at the future. So anyway, my friends, great things are happening in this country, but then you have these so-called No King's Day protests. Doesn't make any sense to me. Doesn't make any sense. By the way, my friends, if you are here, please make sure that you're subscribing. If you're here for the first time, be a part of the community, subscribe. I would appreciate that. And for anyone who's wondering where I'm from, well, I am broadcasting live from Madison, Wisconsin. Okay, I'm going to give you my website. If you want to visit my website, you can. All right, it's Tausif. Hold on. It's tausifanam.net. For those who are here for the first time and you want to know more about me, okay, I just pinned my website address at the top of the chat screen. You can visit that if you want. So, my friends, the anger and the hatred that these No King's Day protesters are spreading, it's very harmful for our country. And the disruption that these protesters caused on the streets and on the roads, it's unacceptable. And I can tell you about Wisconsin. It was a beautiful Saturday morning, beautiful Saturday afternoon and evening, and families, what do they like to do on a Saturday? They like to go out, especially when the weather is nice, like it is now. I mean, we have been very blessed that the summer weather has continued into the fall season. So although it's technically fall, we still have warm days. What a blessing that is for a place like Wisconsin, where we are used to the chilly weather in the fall. But no, we've been blessed with warm weather. So it was a beautiful Saturday, and families usually on a day like this, they like to go out and have a great time. They want to go out and visit nice restaurants. They want to go and check out the farmers markets, and they want to buy fresh produce and local products, and they want to go for a nice walk on the Lakeshore Path, and they want to visit the excellent parks that we have in the city of Madison, in the state of Wisconsin, and people want to enjoy downtown, and Families, they want to enjoy the day to the fullest. A beautiful Saturday, a bright and sunny Saturday. People want to have a good time with their friends, with their family, with their children, with their parents. If nothing else, you can still fire up the grill and make some nice food, sit outside, enjoy. People want to do good, things that make them feel good. But then these No King's Day protests impacted traffic and caused disruption in people's movements, in the movements of vehicles. And the far left political candidates, let me talk about the far left political candidates, whether you're talking about candidates who are running for state level offices, candidates who are running for federal offices, the left wing, the far left political candidates, they took full advantage of these No King's Day events to go out there and to spread their left wing talking points and to focus on spreading their left wing propaganda. We are sick and tired of left wing propaganda, my friends. Are you sick and tired of left wing propaganda? Let me know in the live chat, my friends. Let me know in the live chat. Share your thoughts in the live chat. I would appreciate that. Left wing propaganda. Are you sick and tired of all the left wing socialist, communist talking points? My friends, the very same Democrats who have shut the government down, and the government shutdown is ongoing. People are suffering. People are worrying about their paychecks. People are wondering if they are going to get their paychecks on time. People are wondering, the federal workers, they are wondering how they are going to be able to make ends meet if the federal government shutdown continues. And the very same Democrats who have shut the federal government down are the ones who are out there doing No King's Day protests and justifying their actions. They were trying to justify closing down the federal government. How can anyone try to justify making people go through pain and suffering? Tell me. Each and every day that the federal government remains shut down, we as a country, we are going through tremendous losses. Do you know how big the losses are? Do you know the daily figure? If I tell you, you are going to be so shocked, you will not be able to believe it. You might say, Tausif, I cannot believe we're losing so much of money, so much of output every single day of government shutdown. Do you want that number? Well, if you want that number, get ready. I'm going to give it to you, but you need to make sure that you got your seatbelts on, because you know what? It's going to be such a shock, you are not going to be able to take it. Up to $15 billion a day in lost output. That is right. Not millions. I'm not using an M, millions. No, it's a B, billions. $15 billion every single day of shutdown that we are losing as a country. This is my loss. This is your loss. If you're watching this, if you are an American, if you live in this beautiful country, it's your loss. As an American citizen, I am deeply concerned about losing $15 billion every single day. And the Democrats, they don't care. They have shut the government down, and they're not thinking about opening it back up. My friends, share with me your thoughts. Share with me your thoughts and comments. My friends, Thank you all for being here. 25 minutes into the live stream. And I've already spoken a lot, but there's a lot more that I would like to say. Rachel, good to see you. Rachel is here. Brad is here. Brad, good to see you. Thank you so very much, my friends, those who are here. Because you believe in the truth. Those who are here because you support the truth. Those who are here who want to see the government start working again. You're saying open the government. Let's start working. We cannot afford to lose $15 billion of output every single day. It's the Schumer shutdown. It is the Schumer shutdown. Charles Schumer. He can open it up. He can open it up. Why isn't he doing that? My friends, let's do one thing. If you support President Trump, just will you write that in the live chat? Brad, thank you, Brad. Thank you, Brad. Good to see you always. Thank you. Any of our friends here? Friends, are you here? Nicholas is saying, I support Trump. Thank you, Nicholas. Thank you so very much. Make sure that you're subscribing. If you are here watching this, subscribe and be a part of this community. Teresa Ross is here. Teresa, good to see you. That's our friend Teresa Ross from the great state of Arizona. Teresa, wonderful to see you. Good to see you, Teresa. Teresa has been supporting this channel literally from day one. Literally from day one. So Teresa, wonderful to see you. And so many other people are here as well. Thanks for being here. So the very same Democrats, as I was saying, the very same Democrats who shut down the federal government, the very same Democrats who are making the American people go through so much of pain and suffering, the very same Democrats who are out there supporting the No King's Day protests. The socialist, communist event. That's what it is. The No King's Day thing, socialist, communist, socialist, communist. So right now, as I was saying, many federal workers, many hardworking Americans, they are living in uncertainty. They're not getting paid. Many federal workers, they are Americans, just like you and me, not getting paid. And the Democrats, what are they doing? Showing no compassion for the hardworking people. No compassion coming from the Democrats. The Democrats are out there spreading chaos on the roads and streets of our country. My friends, the entire coordinated effort to organize this No King's Day is to try to portray a false image to the world. That's a key point that you must understand. All these efforts, coordination to do all these events throughout the country, this is not organic. If you think it's organic, like people decided, oh, we're all going to wake up and we're going to go out there and protest and say No King's Day. No, I mean, you look at a No King's Day event. You see the banners and the signs and the slogans. You see the strange clothing that these people wore. You see all the different props that they had. You see all the different things that they came up with, the dancing and the singing and the chanting and the screaming and all that. And you know, matching clothes and stuff. It's not organic. It's highly coordinated. Highly coordinated effort. And it is an effort to portray to the world a very false image of the United States. The left is trying to show to the whole world, they're trying to show that they are the majority. But let me tell you, the left is not the majority. The left They want to get people out on the streets with the various props and the banners and the signs and the slogans and the chants, and the left wants to make a lot of noise. They want to be loud. They want to be heard across the world. And the left wants the news reporters from all over the world to take pictures and to take video clips and publish those online and in newspapers and on social media. And in that way, the left is trying to show the world that they are the majority in the United States, but they're not. The left is trying to show their political muscle. The left is trying to say, look, 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 we are the majority. But my friends, you know as well as I do that the left is not the majority. The freedom-loving Americans are the majority. Those who voted for Donald J. Trump, they are the majority. Those who put the Republicans in charge of the Senate, those who put the Republicans in charge of the House, those who put the Republicans in power are the majority. My friends, the left is not the majority. And support for the Democrats are shrinking every single day. Every second, every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month that goes by, support for the Democrats is shrinking, my friends. With every publicity stunt that the left comes up with every publicity stunt, they keep losing more and more and more support, because people with common sense, they don't support the Democrats. People with common sense, and even the moderate Democrats, the moderate Democrat voters, they're leaving. They're saying that's it. The Democrat Party has gone so far left, there's no way to support this party. The moderates are out. The moderates are saying, we're done. We're leaving. That's right. There are some moderate Democrats. They're saying that's it. No more. No more. We're leaving. And they're leaving. People are walking away from the Democrat Party. And with each publicity stunt that the Democrats come up with, more and more people are walking away. My friends, do you want to talk about real America? Do you want to talk about real America? Let's talk about real America. Do you know what real America is? The real America. Do you know what the real America supports? Do you know? Do you want to share that? Do you want to share that? Do you want to share with me in the live chat what the real America wants? What do you think the real America wants? The real hardworking people who are contributing to this country's growth and success every single day. People who go to work every day. They're working hard. They're putting their 100% and more. They're earning a paycheck. They're putting food on the table. They're raising a family. They're sending their kids to school, hoping for a brighter future for the younger generation. People who are working hard to save money for retirement. People who are working hard and they're trying to stay healthy. They're dealing with all kinds of challenges, but they're not giving up hope. People who voted for Donald Trump because they believe in making America great again. That's real America, my friends. And the real America believes in unity for growth and prosperity. Real America believes that we must all be united, regardless of race, religion, gender, color of the skin. Doesn't matter. Regardless of your background, color, or creed, the real America wants everyone to stay united, because together we're stronger and we can help this country grow. We can help this country become more prosperous than ever before. That's real America. That's real America, my friends. When the left continues to divide people, real America says we must unite and stay united. My friends, if you like the things I'm saying, why don't you hit the like button? Do it, my friends. People often ask me, Tausif, how can we support your channel? I say, in very simple terms, like this video, share this video, and subscribe. That's it. It doesn't cost you anything, not a single penny out of your pocket. All you do is subscribe, like, and share. That's it. Because the purpose of me having this channel, my purpose is to spread the truth, to share this message of freedom, to let you know what's going on in the country, to talk about the challenges, to talk about the opportunities, to unite, and to be stronger than ever before as a country, the United States of America. So if you want to support my work, if you want to support what I do, just make sure that you're liking the video, you're subscribing, and I would thank you if you share this video. Now, I'm not done. In case you're wondering if I'm wrapping up this live stream, I am not done. I got a lot more to talk about, so please do not go anywhere, my friends. Do not go anywhere. As I was saying, the real America believes in unity for growth and prosperity. And the left continues to divide people. Divide people along the lines of race, religion, gender, skin color, and more. Division after division after division. That's the politics of the left. They divide people. They divide people. We cannot be strong when we're divided. We have to unite. I believe in unity. Do you? Do you believe in unity? My friends, this No King's Day protest, this is just a big example of how the left continues to create unrest in our beautiful country. Tommy Brown, good to see you. Good to see you, Tommy Brown. Whenever I see a friend here, I like to acknowledge the friend. Thank you. Who's here for the first time, my friends? Let me know if you are here for the first time. Robert is saying first time here. Thank you. If you are here for the first time, I want to thank you. Tommy Brown, you're not here for the first time. Let's see, who else is here? Shar is here for the first time. Shar, thank you for being here, Shar. Okay, I would also like to know where everyone's from. What state are you from? Just mention the state. That should be enough. You can mention the city if you want, but if you just want to mention the state, that's fine. Where is everyone from? Let's take a little break. I have more things to talk about, but I do want to take a little break, and I want to see where everyone's from. Okay, I see Nevada. I see Texas. I see New Zealand. Wow, New Zealand. Beautiful country, New Zealand. Tommy Brown is from Colorado. Shar is from New York City. Thank you, Shar, for being here. There's someone from Florida, someone from Pakistan. That's wonderful. Someone from Idaho and Tennessee. Where else? Pennsylvania, New Jersey. That is so great. We got people from so many different parts of the country and the world. Seth is saying, love from Mississippi. Thank you, Seth. Thank you so very much. Mississippi. Love it. Let's see. Where else? Okay. I'm going to keep an eye on the live chat. I'm looking at my screen right here, reading the comments. There's someone from Oregon. Okay. How's Portland doing? How's Portland doing? We're going to make Portland great again. I think President Trump is going to make Portland, Oregon great again. Okay, there's someone from Illinois. Okay. Kansas City, Missouri. That's our friend Brad. Okay. Netherlands. That is so great. We got someone tuning in from Netherlands. How awesome. This is wonderful. All right. Let's see who else is here. Wow, make sure you're subscribing, okay? Please do so. That's how you support this channel. Subscribe. So let me continue with the discussion that I was having. I have many more things to discuss. So, my friends, the world is watching. The world is watching. Whatever is happening in the United States, the world is watching this. And the truth is that America is united. The Americans are united in support of common sense and good policymaking. That's what we want. We want common sense, and we want to see good policymaking in Washington, in your state house, and in your city council. We want to see good policymaking, no matter how big these No King's Day protests may be. This is not the true picture of America. If you look at a No King's Day protest and you think that is true America, it's not. It is not. It is a false image that the left is trying to portray. The real America is the one where we see unity, where we see hard work, where we see common sense. The real America is strong, and the world needs to know that. My friends, the reality is that President Trump won more than 2,500 counties in the November 2024 election. My friends, you got to pay attention to not just the Electoral College vote, not just the popular vote, but also how many counties did Donald Trump win versus how many counties did Kamala Harris win, the Democrats. And I'm happy to tell you that President Trump won more than 2,500 counties across the United States. And you know, Kamala Harris, how many she won? You got any idea? You got any idea how many counties Kamala Harris and the Democrats won? Kamala Harris won less than 500 counties. Just understand that comparison. Kamala got less than 500 counties. Donald Trump got more than 2,500 counties. In fact, Donald Trump got more than 2,600 counties versus less than 500 for Kamala Harris. So no matter how much the left tries to flex their muscles and to say, oh, look, we got No King's Day, we're powerful. Let me tell you, in reality, the real power is in the hands of the freedom-loving Americans, not folks who want a massive government to control each and every aspect of human life. No, no, no. That's what the left wants. The folks who are participating in the No King's Day protests, they want a big government. They want a massive bureaucracy, and they want the federal government to have its footprint in each and every aspect of human life. But you know what? Freedom-loving Americans, we want freedom. We want a small government, a limited government. We don't want a big bureaucracy. We don't want a whole bunch of bureaucrats trying to dictate what people should do and what they should not do. The real power is in the hands of the American people. We want freedom. Brad says USA. Absolutely. My friends, the left wants to hand over our freedoms to the government. And by government, remember, it also includes unelected bureaucrats. And we have seen the kind of damage that a massive bureaucracy can do to our government. A government is necessary, but not a government that is big and bloated, not a government that is full of bureaucrats. We want a government with limited powers. We want a government that is small and efficient, not a big bloated bureaucracy, my friends. We have seen the fraud, waste, and abuse that DOGE uncovered. Remember DOGE? Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE? They did great work, and DOGE found out massive fraud, waste, and abuse in government. We have seen the massive outflow of American taxpayer dollars. Money that came out of our pockets, and money that went overseas to other countries to pay for things that are highly unnecessary. We don't want American taxpayer dollars to be used to fund programs and services that are highly, highly unnecessary in other parts of the world. We do help our allies, absolutely. We do provide humanitarian aid. We do provide other kinds of aid to our allies, ones that are aligned with our policies and principles. But we don't want to fund a whole bunch of unnecessary things in countries all over the world. Any kind of foreign assistance that we provide, any kind of foreign aid, any kind of humanitarian aid would have to have a strong basis. We're not saying that we're going to be completely detached from the rest of the world. I'm not saying that we have to be isolated. No, we have to have friends. We have to help out our friends. But we also have to keep in mind that any kind of help that we provide to other countries, it's being funded using American taxpayer dollars, because the government doesn't have its own money. Did you know that? The government doesn't have its own money. Whatever the government has, it's money coming out of our pockets, our tax dollars. So whatever we fund, whatever kind of help we provide, whatever services we provide to them would have to be absolutely necessary. My friends, the Democrats are in complete rage because the waste has stopped. The Democrats are losing their minds because the size of the government is being trimmed. The Democrats are deeply, deeply unhappy because President Trump is making the federal government transparent and accountable. And President Trump and his administration are doing great things, and the Republicans in Washington, in the House and in the Senate, are doing great things every single day. My friends, we are very fortunate that we won the November 2024 election. We are very fortunate. Just imagine what life would be like If we had Kamala Harris in the White House right now, we would be devastated. Our economy would be gone. But we have President Trump in charge, and we have the Republicans in charge in the House and in the Senate. I'm going to give you one example. One example. There are many, just one I'm going to give you now. Let me talk about the Trump administration's efforts to stop the drug traffickers. You want to talk about that? President Trump posted on Truth Social a statement. And in that statement, he wrote that it was his great honor to destroy a very large drug-carrying submarine that was navigating towards the United States on a well-known narco-trafficking transit route. He's saying it was his great honor to destroy that submarine that was carrying dangerous drugs, harmful drugs. That's success. That is success. And President Trump wrote that U.S. intelligence confirmed that this vessel was loaded up with illegal narcotics, dangerous substances. And there were 4 known narco-terrorists on that vessel. President Trump wrote that. And 2 of them were killed. And President Trump also said that the 2 surviving terrorists are being returned to their countries of origin, Ecuador and Colombia, for detention and prosecution. And President Trump also stated that no U.S. forces were harmed in this strike. And President Trump said that under his watch, the United States of America will not tolerate narco-terrorists trafficking illegal drugs by land or by sea. So this is an example of success. This is why we have a government and a strong military, because we need to keep our country safe. And we need a government that focuses on the priorities like this government with President Trump in charge, keeping Americans safe. I think news like this should be broadcasted and publicized widely so that it can send a message to the drug traffickers that the United States will not allow our citizens to be hurt by these dangerous drugs. We are going to make America safe again. America's military, America's massive firepower, America's strength. You can see it. You can see it. And now the drug traffickers are getting the message that they should not try to cause any kind of trouble. They should not try to hurt Americans, because President Trump and his administration are taking action. If they try to traffic drugs and hurt American citizens, then they are going to face consequences. And that was just one example. My friends, we should thank President Trump. We should thank the Trump administration. We should thank our Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth. We should thank our Secretary of State, Marco Rubio. We should thank our Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem. We should thank our border czar, Tom Homan. We should thank the entire Trump administration for the great work that they are doing. Thank you, America. Thank you, America's military. But you know what? The left? What is the left doing? Instead of saying, thank you, President Trump, the left is out there screaming and chanting and spreading anti Trump propaganda. And one has to wonder, where do they find so much time, my friends? Do you know? These protesters, how do they come up with so much of time? Do they not have work? Do they not have decent hobbies? Do they not have anything better to do with their time? How do they find the time to go out there and scream and shout and chant? How? Anyone wants to answer that question? Thank you for being here, my friends. It's so good to see so many people here. 42 likes on this video. If we can get to 50 likes, that'd be awesome. That'll be a nice round number. Always great to see our friends. Let me see who else is here. Who else is here? Victoria. Victoria, good to see you. Victoria is here. So we have seen Tommy Brown here, Brad here, Victoria here. We have seen Frank. Anyone else? We've seen Kay Cooper. All right. Okay, just visually, I want to understand who here is a Trump supporter. Okay? So let's do one thing. If you support President Trump, just write, I support President Trump. Or you can write Trump 2028. Okay? Whatever you want to write. Let's see. Who else is a Trump supporter? Just want to get to know the new folks here. Tommy Brown, absolutely a Trump supporter. I know that. Samantha saying Trump 2028. Awesome. Angels, is it Angles? Angles is saying I support Trump. Okay. Who else? There are some others who are saying Trump 2028. And Big is saying Trump 2028. Riley, is it Riley? Is saying President Trump, and then Hart. All right. I'm trying to read more comments. Tommy Brown says, love the hat. Thank you, Tommy Brown. All right. Frank says Trump is my president. Absolutely. So most people here love my hat, right? Most of you do, I think. Um, I'm not from India, in case you're wondering. No, I'm not Indian, not from India. Um, okay. No, I am not in India. I'm in Madison, Wisconsin. I'm in Madison, Wisconsin. All right. So, my friends, thank you all for being here. We just crossed the 1 hour time mark. I appreciate you all being here. Thank you so very much. Um, thanks for listening to my thoughts. Thank you for liking this video. Thank you for sharing this video. Thank you for subscribing. You are all wonderful. And I appreciate you giving me a lot of encouragement to continue doing these live streams. So for that, I'm very, very grateful. So my friends, I will continue to bring to you the latest information as well as my analysis and commentary. Please continue to support this channel by subscribing and liking and sharing. And I do see a lot of hate messages. I do see that, but you know what? It's not going to stop me from doing what is right. I'm going to continue speaking the truth. I will do that. Okay, God, as long as God is giving me the energy to go on and spread my message of freedom, I will continue to do that. I believe in God. I have strong faith. So, my friends, we will continue speaking and exercising our First Amendment right. So, with that, thank you so very much. I appreciate you all being here. May God bless you all. May God bless President Donald J. Trump. May God bless the Trump administration. May God bless the United States of America. May God bless our U.S. allies. May God bless our Republican leaders in Washington. May God bless all the people who speak the truth. And may God bless freedom-loving people all over the world. Thank you so very much, my friends. Remember, together, we will make America great again. Thank you.